A former police officer in the US state of Georgia has been charged with the murder of an unarmed black man. Rayshard Brooks was shot twice in the back of his head with two white officers in Atlanta. Garrett Roll was sacked.
Court is further compelled to find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant shot.
6:08 a.m. this morning, the family of a man shot and killed by police after a chase in Brooklyn has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit. Remember this story. 41-year-old Justin Bruce was killed back in February after allegedly pulling out a fake gun in a subway hospital. The lawsuit claims after police pursued Bruce in a shopping center.
Get back to our breaking news. Just a horrible story overnight.
A 1-year-old is seriously hurt after a police officer opened fire on a man during a confrontation. Now, this happened in Southwest Houston, just off the Southwest Freeway at Beechnut. And that's where our Michelle Choi is live this morning. Michelle, what do we know? Guys, it's awful. Your heart just breaks for this mom. She and her 1-year-old baby were innocent bystanders caught in this terrible shooting. Now, Chevron gas station I'm at here off Beechnut in the Southwest Freeway is where the shooting took place. Police cleared the scene about an hour ago, but take a look. This all started just a few miles away around 11:30 last night when officers spotted this black Mercedes tied to at least 2 aggravated robberies. When they tried to pull the driver over, he led them on a chase up the Southwest Freeway and crashed here at the gas station. Police say that's when he jumped into that mom's car with a gun. Investigators say officers told him to drop his gun several times. He wouldn't listen, and that's when an officer opened fire. His shots killed the man, but the woman's 1-year-old child in the backseat was also hit, reportedly grazed. The baby was rushed to a hospital, and at last test was a critical condition.
Pray for this 1-year-old and that mother. Can you imagine? She's pumping gas, probably coming, from work or whatever, wherever she was going, and have to go through this. And now she's in the hospital.
Fortunately, mom wasn't hurt. As for the officer involved, we're told he's a 15-year veteran with HPD, and he did not know that baby was in the car. Chief Minner says that officer is distraught over what happened. He also says the officers were wearing body cams. We're going to be reviewing that video along with surveillance they got here from the gas station. Guys, all right, Michelle, what a traumatizing experience for both the officer and that mother.
And we also have newly released video from Ceres Police tonight. It shows body camera video of one of their police officers shooting and killing a teen boy. It happened back in August of last year. A high-speed chase led to 15-year-old Carmen Spencer Mendez running from police. That happened in an orchard east of Ceres. The officer fires more than a dozen rounds before telling the boy to get on the ground. Ceres PD has said the teen had a handgun and other firearms were found in his car. The police department is declining to comment tonight, saying the case is under investigation by the district attorney's office.
Supermarket car park in Columbus, Ohio. 2 police officers had been called to help someone locked out of their car. As one worked on that, his partner, Beyond, is talking to another driver, unrelated to the call-out, who had just been accused of shotgun.
Out of the car.
On that officer's camera, you can see him approaching the driver's side of Takaya Young's vehicle.
Out of the car.
The first officer then joins him and moves round to the front of the car.
They said your stole stuff, do not leave. Get out of the car. Then get out.
As she tries to drive off, it escalates to this.
Shots fired! Stop the car!
A shot fired by the officer who was in front of the vehicle. It then rolls to a standstill. and one shot as the car drives into him. Takaya Young was 21, a mother of 2 boys and expecting a daughter in November. The shot hit her chest. She and her unborn baby both died. A statement from the family reflects their heartbreak and their anger. With heavy hearts and profound indignation, we address the nation following the release of the body camera footage depicting the unjust and tragic death of Takaya Young, the statement reads. Having viewed the footage in its entirety, it is undeniable that Takaya's death was not only avoidable, but also a gross misuse of power and authority. An investigation is of course now underway. The officers have both been placed on administrative duty. And at the heart of it all, again for America, is the question, what is reasonable force?
The New Jersey Attorney General's office is investigating a deadly shooting of a woman by a Fort Lee police officer Sunday.
It's actually scary as well, being a resident here on the apartments itself.
A large police presence flooded the Pinnacle apartment complex after a 911 call around 1:30 a.m. It was concerning a woman holding a knife inside of an apartment on the 7th floor, experiencing a mental health crisis, who needed to go to the hospital.
And it was next to my house. It's crazy. It's near too close.
This neighbor didn't want to go on camera, but he watched the incident escalate through his peephole just feet away.
The girl from inside opened the door to talk to the cops to tell them to give him some time.
But the witness says after about 15 minutes, police kicked down the door. And from there,
as soon as they popped the door, I heard a shot. Boom. I guess she didn't even step out so they could feel some danger like that, so they could open fire.
One officer fired a shot, hitting the female in her chest. She's described as a woman of Asian descent in her mid-20s. Medics transported her to Inglewood Hospital, where she was pronounced dead just before 2 a.m.
Because that seems unreasonable and too much. You could have used, I mean, as harsh as it seems, you could have just used a taser since she had the knife, and then just unarm the woman herself, and then maybe calm her down.
I'm very sorry for her. I mean, no one's supposed to just die like that.
Next tonight, the newly released police body camera video of a deadly traffic stop in Philadelphia last month. The officer said he fired because the driver lunged at him with a knife, but that is not what the body camera video shows. The driver never got out of his car. The officer is now charged with murder and other crimes. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas with the new video and a warning: it is disturbing.
Tonight, this stunning new video tells a polar opposite story to the account Philadelphia police initially gave about the fatal shooting of Eddie Irizarry. And today, the officer who fired the fatal shot is charged with murder. In the disturbing police body camera footage, we see the moment the 27-year-old Irizarry is hit with police gunfire. Irizarry slowly parks his car on this one-way street. After police say they noticed him driving erratically and headed the wrong way. It's all caught on this doorbell video released by Irizarry's family. Police pull up seconds later, no sirens. Officer Mark Dial quickly jumps out of the vehicle, yelling at Irizarry, firing 6 shots within 7 seconds. Irizarry's car door is closed and his window is up. He never gets out of the vehicle, dramatically different from what police initially said.
The officers gave multiple commands for him to drop the weapon. The male did not. Actually, he lunged at the officers.
Today, Officer Dial, a 5-year veteran of the force, who is also only 27 years old, turning himself in, charged with multiple felonies.
We have been trying to make it very clear that justice is even-handed. It is even-handed if you are powerful or not powerful.
But the police union is standing by Dial, and his attorney claims that Dial acted to protect himself after his partner yells out, "There was a gun."
Fearing that he was going to be the next police officer killed in the streets of Philadelphia, he fired.
But there was no gun found. And Irizarry's family says there's no evidence of him attacking police. His aunt telling our WPVI they are heartbroken.
I want the world to see what this officer did to my nephew and the suffering that he has caused my family.
That video is certainly hard to watch. Pierre joins us live from Washington. So Pierre, how could this video be so drastically different from what police initially claimed? How are they explaining this tonight?
Mary, we're still trying to get to the bottom of who said what when this first happened. We still don't know what the officer first said at the scene, but just 2 days after the shooting, police admitted that their initial statement was misleading. Today, Dial was arraigned and released on $5,000 bail. Mary?
Okay, Pierre, thank you.
What could have led a police officer to open fire on a cute little dog? Body cam footage shows the officer walking to the fluffy white Shih Tzu named Teddy after responding to a call about an injured dog. At first, he sounds as nice as can be.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There you go.
He's trying to get a lasso around the dog's neck.
I'm gonna take you to get help.
But the officer can't seem to get the device to work. He's also not aware that the dog is blind and deaf. 3 minutes later, the officer suddenly cocks his gun and opens fire. And not just once, Teddy is dead. As Officer Myron Woodson calmly walks away, you can hear him call out to a neighbor.
Have the dispatcher.
In the officer's shadow, you can see him wave her off. Teddy's owner also confronted the officer, identified as Myron Woodson.
That's not how you handle a situation. If a dog is a threat to a person and harms a person or shows immediate threat, that's when you use force.
He is just the sweetest dog ever, and it's just his life ended in a horrible way.
City officials in Sturgeon, Missouri issued a statement saying the officer acted within his authority based on the information available to him at the time to protect against possible injury to citizens from what appeared to be an injured, sick, and abandoned dog. The officer has said he thought the dog may have had rabies.
They're both walking that I know of.
$11.63